at their titles, their tag team titles, to the team of the Grappler and the Terminator. The Southern Rockers said last week that if they lose tonight's title match, that they are going to hang up their boots, their tights. They're going to get out of wrestling. In fact, I think they said they're going to set their boots right here on the desk. Well, we've got the champions in the ring right now, the Grappler and the Terminator. Let's here's Don Owen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. In order to have sufficient time to settle this one way or another, we're going to put this team championship match on first. And Steve Doll and Scott Peterson have insisted that this bout be not one fall, but 2 out of 3 falls, definitely, to give them more chance. Well, they insisted.
It should be 1 fall. We'll beat these boys, and they'll be out of the Northwest for good.
Well, we've signed the match for 2 out of 3, so you're stuck with it. So this will be 2 out of 3 falls for the Northwest Team Championship. Introducing in this corner the holders of the championship belt, the Terminator and the Grappler. Their opponents in this corner, the sensational team of Steve Doll and Scott Peterson. Referee Sandy Barr.
Here we go. Already our very first match from the House of Action, the Portland Sports Arena, and it's going to be a dandy for the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. I don't know what he was yelling in there. The Grappler is very upset that this is going to be a 2 out of 3.
You hear all these people here tonight? That's what you're up against, boy.
And we do have a good crowd on hand tonight at the Portland Sports Arena. Glad to have them here and glad to have you along, too. Well, the Grappler and the Terminator don't even want to go through the preliminaries with Sandy Barr. They just want to get out there and get this thing going. This is best 2 out of 3 now. It's not going to be a 1-fall match. It's going to be a best 2 out of 3. So this very first match may take some time. Or it could be over in 2 falls. You never know. The challengers. And it seems kind of odd to call the Southern Rockers the challengers. They were champions for so long. And if you were watching last week, you saw how the Terminator and the Grappler became, for lack of a better word, the champions. I think I prefer to call them the belt holders. Well, we got a lot of things happening at the Sports Arena tonight. Don't you dare go away. Now, don't you change that dial, because we're starting out with a title match, and we got some surprises for you before the night is over. All right, both men lock up. It's a Terminator against Steve Doll, and boy, the Terminator is laying it on Doll. And now there's a reversal whip into the ropes goes Terminator. A back body drop. Here comes Grappler in to interfere. He gets a drop kick, a double drop kick on the Terminator. And the challengers are for real, ladies and gentlemen. They came here to get those belts back. They want those belts back around their waist, where they and most of this big crowd here tonight feels they really belong. I told you we've got news for you. Now here's some news right now. Get geared up for, the Coors Motor Mania coming to Portland Civic Stadium on July 16th. That's right, one big show Saturday, July 16th. Now you're going to see 5 of the biggest, the baddest monster truck car crushers in the country in the Monster Truck Marathon, plus explosive thrill acts and demolition derby. It's fast, it's fun, it's fantastic. We're talking about the Coors Motor Mania, Portland Civic Stadium on July the 16th. You make your plans to be there, all right? It's going to be something else. This is something else, too. From the House of Action, a tag team title match. Very first thing. I think this is the first time that I can ever remember that we started a Saturday night of action with a title match. And there's a lot hanging on this match right here, ladies and gentlemen, because the Southern Rockers, Steve Doll and Scott Peterson, have said that if they lose this title match, then they're going to get out of wrestling, because they last week they made an announcement that they felt that they not only let themselves down, but they really let the fans down. Oh, you see that? Peterson laid a right hand right in the side of the head of the Terminator. And he did the same to the Grappler. The Terminator sitting outside up on the floor. But the Southern Rockers said they felt they let the fans of the Northwest down more than they can even express. And the best way they can express it is that if they lose this chance to get those belts back, then they're going to get out of wrestling. Now, along those lines, I've got more news for you. And I would venture to say that most of the people in our viewing audience tonight, and certainly most of the people here at the arena, are going to find this bad news. As you know, last Sunday, we had an open-air extravaganza in Milwaukee. And in that extravaganza, Buddy Rose had a match with the Assassin. It was a loser leave town match. Well, I guess the best way to say this is that Buddy Rose is still here. He's going to be fighting tonight on the card, and the Assassin is gone. The Assassin lost that match to Buddy Rose, and he has left town. We're sorry to say. Oh, leapfrog over. Scott Peterson and Steve Doll is doing a number on the Grappler. Right now, the Grappler and Terminator don't look much like champions, do they? Huh? This has been Doll's and Peterson's fight so far. Now remember, this is a best 2 out of 3. Don Owen said that he would grant that. It was a request made by the Southern Rockers. Don Owen said he would grant the 2 out of 3 instead of a 1-fall match because of the importance of this particular match. Into the knee goes Steve Doll. Oh, man. Now that was some teamwork by the Terminator and Grappler. One wearing a mask, the other one wearing well, I don't know what that is. It's a hockey mask of some kind. The Terminator is definitely a bad news dude, an extremely dangerous man. This is the man that has been suspended. He's been kicked out of cities, of states, of countries. That's right. This guy has been kicked out, suspended, thrown out of, barred from countries. The Terminator has 1, 2, and Steve Doll kicks out. We're still going. We are still going on this first fall of this title match. The Terminator has a hold called, I believe it's called the Shindumaki, that has literally destroyed opponents. It has ended the careers of many professional wrestlers. It is a hold that has been barred and banned from many pro wrestling arenas around the world. Unfortunately, it has not been barred from this arena. 1, 2, and Doll gets that shoulder up. But the Terminator is here. He was paid to be here by the Grappler, and he is sticking around now to do damage. And of course, now that they've got the belts, he'll be here, I'm sure, for a while, although they may only have these belts for a short while. You never know. If the Southern Rockers have their way, the Terminator and Grappler will have these belts only through this match. There's a shot to the head by Grappler, and he takes a poke at Scott Peterson. And now Peterson has got Sandy Barr's attention. And while he does that, the Terminator and Grappler team up on Steve Doll. Oh, that was a vicious smash to the throat delivered by the Terminator. Sandy Barr did not see what happened. His attention was towards Scott Peterson. There's a clothesline by the Grappler. Come on now, he was hanging onto the ropes. Sandy Barr caught that. He saw that. He said, you back off. And while he backs off, the Terminator's working on Steve Doll, and Scott Peterson tries to get in there. Sandy Barr is keeping Peterson back, and in the meantime, Steve Doll again takes punishment from the Terminator and the Grappler. Man, this is, there's no way that Sandy Barr is going to have eyes in the back of his head. This is a good argument for having two referees in these matches, especially championship matches. The Grappler continuing to work on Steve Doll. And Scott Peterson now is back over in that corner. I would imagine feeling pretty bad because he knows what has happened. He knows that indirectly he was the cause of what has been happening to his partner in it. Another reminder that this is the best 2 out of 3 to a TV time limit. And this is our first fall. Steve Doll punching his way out of the grasp of the Grappler. And he gets tripped by the Grappler as the Terminator comes in and goes for the trapezius of Steve Doll. It wasn't but a couple of weeks ago that Steve Doll and Scott Peterson were the Pacific Northwest Tag Team Champions. And great champions they certainly were. They defended those belts, it seemed like, every week. Oh, the clothesline shot by Steve Doll, and the Terminator is down. Doll trying to get over and make the tag with Peterson, and he's out. And now Scott Peterson is in there. A right, another right. There goes a whip into the ropes by the Terminator. The Terminator is elbowed down, and now Scott Peterson is taking on the Grappler. He's taking on the Terminator. We've got everybody in there. Doll has got the Grappler against the ropes. Scott Peterson has got the Terminator against the ropes, and now the Terminator and the Grappler team up on Scott Peterson. Oh, man, that was a karate-type kick to the solar plexus. Scott Peterson is down, and he's been counted out. And the first fall of this championship match has gone to the team of the Terminator and the Grappler. Get your pencil and paper out. Get ready to take down our pro wrestling calendar for the week of July 10th through the 20th. Tomorrow, we'll be in Pendleton at the Armory starting at 8 o'clock with an extravaganza in Pendleton. Monday the 11th in Yakima at the J.M. Perry Tech starting at 8. Tuesday the 12th in St. Helens at the Armory, another 8 o'clock bell time. Wednesday the 13th in Tillamook at the Armory in Tillamook, 8 o'clock. Thursday the 14th in Salem at the Armory, starting at 8 o'clock. Friday the 15th in Eugene at the Lane County Fairgrounds in Eugene, a special challenge match starting at 8. Saturday, of course, the 16th, will be right back here at the Portland Sports Arena. Next Sunday, the 17th, will be announced later. Monday, the 18th in McMinnville at the Armory, starting at 8. Tuesday, the 19th in Albany at the Boys and Girls Club. Wednesday, the 20th in Medford at the Armories, an 8 o'clock match. And we'll be right back here with more right after this.
You're young, but you'd like to have a new television, a VCR, or a really first-class audio system like this one. But you have no credit? Well, now you do, thanks to Tom Peterson's Young America Instant Credit. If you have a good, regular, steady job and can afford a down payment, then Young America Instant Credit is for you. Within minutes, you may qualify and pay on convenient monthly payments over a year. That's Tom Peterson's The Happy Place to Buy. It's worth